Welcome if you're brand new. It's nice to have you. We are going to do a little bit of a review today, but don't worry because I'm going to remind you what all of the reading rules that we have learned just to this month. We don't do a lot of review, just for the last couple sessions actually, and not even the whole month we're reviewing, just the last couple lessons. We're going to be talking about how W affects those vowel sounds that I was just talking about. Like A will say a or a most often, but if there's a W before or after it, then it changes that sound to say ah. So a W before an A will make that A say ah, or even after that A will make that A say ah, such as saw or awful. You'll see that those two words, there's a W on either side of the A and it makes that A say ah. It's a W controlled vowel. So we have learned three things about W. We've learned that WA says wa, as in wash or water or wasp. So WA says wa, wa. It sounds like a W short O, but it's spelled with a WA. Now, you've also learned this month that an R will also change the sound of the vowels. And so if there is a W-A-R, then it no longer says wa, it says war. War, as in the word war, or the word warp, or warm. Okay? So W-A says wa, W-A-R says war. And if you see W-O-R, it doesn't say war, it says were. It's kind of crazy, isn't it? Like worm, or world, or worth. Okay, so one more time. W-A says wa, like wash. W-A-R says war, like warm. And W-O-R says were, like world or word. Okay, so that's what we're going to be practicing today. A little bit of a review. So let me get my whiteboard out. Let me get my whiteboard out. Let me get my whiteboard out. Here it is. All right. Okay, so the first word that we're going to spell together is, now I'm going to just put our, yeah, I'm going to put the reminders down here at the bottom. I'm going to have to move this as our words move up. But WA says wa, like wash. WAR says war, like warm. And WOR says were, like word. So that will help you. Can you see that down there at the bottom? Let me see if you can see it. Yeah. All right, so our first word that we're going to spell together is Tapworth. Tapworth. Our sounds are t, a, p, w, th. Consonants. We spell the consonants first. T, a. We know what the vowels are because we dotted it. T, a, p, w, th. Now we can spell the vowels. Remember how at the beginning I said that vowels have lots of different spellings? You can spell the sound, for instance, so many different ways. But you don't have to guess. You don't have to wonder. You just have to know what the consonants are that are around it, and then you can know for sure. That's what I'm teaching you, is how to know how to spell each sound by the letters that are around it. That's why it's important to spell the consonants first. For instance, this A is going to spell the A sound just fine because of the tap 2 rule. The next two letters are consonants. This worth sound, tap worth, were is spelled W-O-R. That's were. So this is how you would spell tap worth. W-O-R-R spells were, as in worth. Okay, your word without me is bip word. Bip word. B-I-P-W-R bip word. And then put that in the Q&A so I can see it, please. Good job, Alyssa. Bip word. Bip word. Very close. Look down here. Here's the word word. So it's gonna be spelled like this for the wor sound. Sounds like this, doesn't it? But it's not. Wor is spelled like this. So our word is bip word. Feel free to change your answer. Nothing's permanent. There we go. Nice. Yes, it is. Bip word. Bip word. There we go. All right, so consonants are b, I, p, w, d. I is spelled with an I, which can make it short sound right here because the next two letters are consonants. Wor is spelled W-O-R, as in word, world, worth. Sounds like a W-E-R, doesn't it? But it's spelled W-O-R. Next, our word together is, now how do you spell war? War. W-A-R, like the word war or warm. Okay, war is W-A-R down here in the corner for you. So our word together is prot warm. P-R-A-T O-R-M. Consonants. Prot warm. P-R-A-T O. Sorry. Vowels. Ah. The most common spelling for ah is O. A can also say ah, but only in very specific circumstances, which I will teach you, such as what we just learned down here. WAs, that when we have a WA or an AW, that A says ah. But the most common spelling for ah is an O. And we always try the most common spelling first. And if it works, stop, you're done. And an O can spell the ah sound right here just fine because the next two letters are consonants. Warm, or, here we need a war, which is spelled W-A-R. Actually, I'm going to put that R on the next spot. When you see a W-A-R, that spells warm, war. All right, your word is crut ward. Like under or up. Crut ward. K-R-U-T-W-O-R-D. Crut ward. Crut ward. Good. Number one, if you can figure out how to, if you can tap on those three dots next to your name and change it so I know what your name is, rename yourself, then I'll be able to call you by your name. Your word is crut ward. Oh, beautiful. Number one, well done. Crut ward. Crut ward. Take your time. How do you spell war? Good. Now the sound. This is the most common spelling for like up, under, upside down. And that is what you have right here. Crut ward. Crut ward. Feel free to change your answer if you want. Crut ward. I'm going to wait a couple seconds for a few more to come in. Very good, Morgan. Nice, Alyssa. Beautiful. Yeah, there we go, Nemat. Crut word. Consonants. K, T, D. Vowels. The most common spelling is a U. It can make it short sound right here just fine because of those two consonants after it. That's the tap 2 rule. War is spelled W-A-R. Crut ward. Crut ward. Well done. You're doing great. Next, let's do together. Actually, I'm going to send you on to do this one on your own. Wait, let me think about that. We're going to do this one together. Planned worthy. Planned worthy. P-O-A-N-D-W-R-Th-E. Long one. Consonants. P-O-A-N-D-W-R-Th-E. Now we can do our vowels. Planned. A. A is the most common spelling for A. It can spell its short sound right here just fine because of those two consonants after it. Were. Looking down here, how do you spell were? Like world or word? W-O-R. This spells were. And then the E sound at the end of words is usually spelled with a Y. Planned worthy. Your word. Splend world. Splend world. Sp-O-N-D-W-R-L-D. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 lines, 10 sounds in that word. Make sure you start with the right number of sounds. Splend world. Splend world. Nice job. Very good. Splend world. How do you spell were? Is it like this? Nope. Is it like this? Nope. Is it like this? Yes. As in word, worth, worm. W-O-R spells were, as in splend world. Splend world. There's a D in there. Splend world. Lots of sounds in there. There's 10 sounds. Morgan, give me one more letter toward the end. Splend world. Karis, give me one more letter toward the end, and then another letter in the middle. Alyssa, I need another letter in the middle. Splend world. Nice, very good. Yep. All right, consonants. S, P, O, I, N, D, W, R, D. Vowels. I spells the I spells the I sound most of the time. The short sound is right, just fine right there because of those two consonants. Were is spelled W-O-R. Splend world. Lots of sounds and hard sounds in there too. Splend world. That was a tough one. All right, let me send you to do one on your own. Try the word waspim. Waspim. W-A-S-P-I-M. Don't forget to look down here for how do you spell wa. Waspim. Waspim. Nice. Waspim. Waspim. Would I need an E at the end of this word? A silent E? A silent E would make, if I had an E right here, it would make this vowel say its name. And if that was an I, for instance, then that would say I, and that would say waspime. Pime. But if I just want a short I, then a silent E isn't needed. Big juicy hint, this letter is an I. Waspim. Waspim. And my mouth is closed at the end. My lips are together. Waspim. Okay. Consonants. W, A, S, P, I, Now, if you heard an N, because the mic is sometimes it can be hard to tell the difference between this sound and this sound online. If you heard an N and you spelled it with an N, that's perfectly fine. No worries. This is the most important part. How do you spell wa? As in wasp, wash, water. It's W-A, right down here. W-A spells wa. So here is waspin. Nice. Okay, try another one. Let's do brigworm. Brigworm. B-r-i-g-w-r-m. Brigworm. 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 Excellent. Which one spells were? Is it this one, or this one? As in word, world, worth. Which one spells were? W-O-R, A-R, or E-R? Were. Yeah, it's this one. So our word is brigworm, brigworm. Okay. So our consonants are b, r, I, g, w, m. I is spelled with an I most often, especially when the next two letters are consonants. Were is spelled W-O-R. Brigworm. Well done. Would brigworm have to have two G's? Beautiful thinking. I love your question. Smart people ask questions. You must be smart, but I already knew that. No, it wouldn't need two G's because there's already two consonants after it. It would need two G's if there was just one consonant after it. Then you would have to double that G. But since there was already two consonants there, you don't need to double it. Gorgeous question. All right, last one. Let's do a little bit of a hard one. I'm going to erase this so I don't have to scoot this up past my picture so you can see it. All right, let's try wormindish. Wormindish. W-r-m-i-n-d-ish. Wormindish. Wormindish. Remember how to spell were. It looks like it sounds like it should be spelled like this, but it's not. Look over here. How do you spell were? Wormindish. Feel free to change your answer. Nothing's permanent. Nice, Karis. Good, number one. See if you can change your name so I can call you what your name actually is. Wormindish, unless your name is number one. Wormindish. Very good. Yeah, they're starting to come in now. Gorgeous. Yes. Good, Alyssa. I knew you could do it. Well done. Well done. Oh, Melanie's so close. How do you spell were? As in worth, world, worthy. That's okay. I mean, can you spell what your name is for me in the Q&A so I can write it down and keep it in my notes? All right, so for wormindish consonants, w, m, I, n, d, I, sh. Now, how do you spell were? W-O-R, as in word. I is spelled with an I. Short sound is just fine right here because there are two consonants after it. Same with this I. It can say I because of the tap two rule. There are two consonants after it. So here is wormindish. Very good. Thanks, Isaac. All right, gorgeous. So what you learned is that when you have a vowel that has a W after it or even before it, it can change the sound of that vowel. So you've learned 3 times when that happens, the most common 3 times. When A comes after a W, it says wa, like wall, wasp, wash. That's a WA. WAR spells war, like warm, warp, war, the word war. WOR spells were, worthy, worm, worth, word, world. Okay, so well done. You've learned a lot. Next time you come, what are we learning? I think we might be reviewing of a little bit of the R control vowels, just to kind of bring those back to your mind again. And then it's Halloween. Happy Halloween if you celebrate it. If not, then happy fall. And then in November, November, I'm going to be teaching you some really fun stuff. You are going to love it. But just to let you know, what you've learned this month about R controlled vowels and W controlled vowels is the hardest thing you're ever going to learn in this class. So if you could hang on to what I've just taught you, you can learn anything, because that's the hardest it's going to get. Okay? All right. So have an amazing night, being amazing. And we'll see you on Wednesday. Bye, everybody.